Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your general tarot card read for the year 2016. My name is Dee, and I'm looking forward to do this today for you. And along with me is my cohort and partner in crime, Lucy.
Hi.
So we had such a good time doing your guys' monthly read, so that we decided to go ahead and do a year one together, and it's working out pretty good. And right now, I'm just kind of happy because my lava lamp's doing what it's supposed to.
Yes. Going up.
Yes, it is. So what we went ahead and did is we pulled basically 3 different reads for you. Lucy pulled a card, I pulled a card for each month, and then we're going to read them together. And hopefully, even though this is a general read, one of these reads will resonate for you. We're hoping to give you a little bit more of a complete understanding of what your year is going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Then we also pulled an oracle card, which again either encourages or will support the read and kind of give you an overall theme for the year. So let's go ahead and begin with January. We're going to start with Lucy cards and do mine next. So Lucy pulled for the month of January.
The Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is about stormy emotions that can lead to quarrels that can escalate to separation. Now there's hope is shown in the card here as the clearing here in the sky, the lighting of the clouds and everything. So there is hope that the separation is not permanent, that you can come to a mutual understanding and get back together again.
Okay. Now for the month of January, I pulled the Hierophant. Now the Hierophant is about abiding by the physical and the spiritual laws or rules, or you'll suffer the consequences, almost like a heavy hand, almost like a religious figure that's really laying it down for you. It talks also about reading the fine print and being certain to understand terms if you were to sign a contract, just to make sure that you dot all your I's and cross all your T's. It also can talk about dreams and visions that you might have of a spiritual nature. And it also can mean a spiritual teacher. Now when you combine the two, it's almost like this is almost like a spiritual piercing of your heart and some stuff going on. And the Hierophant, go ahead.
It could very well be.
Yeah, that the Hierophant might have bring somebody into your life that can help you through this piercing of your heart in a spiritual manner. So don't be afraid to seek out people that know you, that you feel that can give you good advice, that won't judge you, like the Hierophant can do sometimes too. But don't be afraid to talk to him, because I really feel that this person's going to come and help you out through the month of January. So for February, Lucy pulled.
Now for February, I got the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is about a situation not going as you anticipated. Could be through bad luck or theft, as looks like it's going on here. So this is a cautionary card, so take precautions guard against this happening, and use diplomacy to deal with any heavy-handedness on anyone's part. Okay?
And you're carrying over the energy of the Three of Swords, you know, feeling pierced and things being taken away from you.
Yeah.
So just kind of, again, watch out as a caution, like she said, for the month of February. Now, for me, I pulled the Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles can also be about loss. It can be about unpleasant differences. It can also be about appreciation of what you have, and walking with somebody even through the good and the bad times. And even though this card looks like it can be bad, there can actually be some good that comes out of it too. And if you combine it with a Hierophant, it's almost like a church theme in a way. So there might be some of you that need to seek the help from the church to get by that month for you, whether it come financially or whatever. When you combine the two, it's almost like a double whammy when it comes to loss and unpleasant differences and things going on. So I really feel for you guys that you need to just kind of be aware of the things that can happen this month. Be appreciative of what you have. Bind together with those that care about you. Don't let this person that's going to come and try and steal from you, or a situation come and steal from you, take away from the unity that you can feel from this and working through the unpleasant times together.
So guard against. Forewarned is forearmed.
Yep, really true. So for the month of March, Lucy pulled the Ten of Wands.
Now, the Ten of Wands is the full expression of this card. But as you can see here, the man is under strain, stress. Perhaps he's bit off a little bit more than he can chew, as the saying goes. So just remember that you need to try to take a step back and renew the balance in your life. Look at the situation and see if perhaps you can go at everything that you've taken on in a slightly different manner, or even ask for some help.
So this is, I think, is just the overwhelmingness that you feel from the other 2 months. You may feel a little bit down, a little bit burdened, but realize that this is the end of the cycle. This is 10, and it is, a chance to start over again. So for that month, I pulled the King of Wands. Now, Lucy and I feel anytime that we've got double wands or something that we both pull, that it's pretty much what this month is about. So for you guys, it's all about the wands and the fire energy and the stuff that has to do with job and career and feeling overwhelmed and everything too. So the King of Wands is somebody who is very ambitious. He is very good with leadership. He's a master of chaos, and his chaotic thoughts no longer play on him. The problem with him is he can be kind of hasty. He brings a lot of energy with him, and he can also have a pretty large ego. So when you combine the two, looking at them, again, it's so easy to be overwhelmed, but I really think you need to step up and be the king. Don't let the chaotic energy or the chaotic thoughts rule you. Be the king. You're the one that has control of the wand, and just know that you're in control and that there is a new beginning that's going to be coming, because the king is going to help you through that. Okay? So if you go from that to April, Lucy pulled.
I pulled the Ace of Cups for April. Now, the Ace of Cups is all about new beginnings, abundance, bliss, in love. Yeah, it's just an all-around good card. It's emotional fulfillment. It's sometimes starting a new relationship, like I said, a sense of renewal. Spiritually, it can be that. It's just an all-around good card. All around, yeah. Lots of abundance there.
So for the month of April, I pulled Justice, which is a karma card, which is involved with the justice system. Judgment is more about balance, whereas justice is more about legal matters. For some of you, you may be faced with some legal matters in the month of April. Keep in mind that if you followed the rules and everything, justice will go into your favor, about balance and all that too. Now, when you combine the two, which I think is kind of interesting, it's almost like you're getting your due in love. You're getting what, if you followed the things that you were supposed to, and even didn't let all this a couple months before overwhelm you, justice is going to step in and bring you what you deserve when it comes even in love. And I just feel that with these two cards, that justice is going to prevail even in your love relationships. Okay? That's for the month of April. For the month of May, Lucy pulled
the Eight of Wands. Now, the Eight of Wands is a swift moving energy. It's activity, excitement, the arrival of good news. It can even represent travel. As you can see, the Eight of Wands are flying over a very fertile valley. The clouds are lit behind. There's a beautiful blue sky. So it's a very auspicious card.
Now, for the month of May, I pulled the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is all about spiritual matters. She's more about kind of psychic. She's more about unknown futures, following your intuition. With her, future is fluid. It's almost Zen in a way. It's just there, and it flows and it goes
to another,
right,
to another, to another, to it's like never-ending cups.
And it's a positive card, and you need to let that positive energy allow your intuition to expand. Maybe seek out some spiritual help if you feel you need to this month, because I feel that this month is going to prepare you for the rest of the year, and your intuition is going to become sharper as you progress. And this is, almost halfway through the year. Now, when you combine the two, which I thought was really kind of interesting. This is a lot of swift moving energy. And when you combine her with her, it's almost like this is going to help you make new goals and new spiritual ideas and new intuition, and it's going to bring about a lot of energy and help uplift you from all of the other stuff that's happened the rest of the year. And I really think that it's going to be a really good month for you all the way around. Okay. Now for the month of June, Lucy pulled
the King of Cups. Now the King of Cups is a good husband, an adoring father. He's warm, he's generous, easygoing. He's not ambitious. Usually it's a cause that drives him, not just simply ambition. However, he can be a little, he doesn't like conflict, so he avoids it or he denies it. He can lack a little backbone in that area. He can be completely withdrawn at times, sometimes sulky, and passive aggressive at times too.
So what I think is kind of interesting, if you go from the energy of the month before, which is the Eight of Wands, which can also be travel.
Yeah.
I think that maybe for somebody, they're going to travel and meet their King of Cups, which will be kind of an interesting segue for the month of June. Now, for the month of June, I received the King of Swords.
Oh my goodness.
So again, anytime that we have something extra, this is all about the masculine energy this month. But for you guys, the King of Swords talks about obeying the laws. It's a strength of will. It's a self-control. The King of Swords can be stubborn. He's no nonsense. He gets stuff done, and he does it with a lot of strength of will and self-control. So I think that for some of you, you need to obey the laws this month. I think this is an energy that's going to be around you. Make sure you do what you're supposed to do. Don't take shortcuts. And then when you put the two of them together,
it's an interesting combination.
It really is, because you're dealing with emotions and then you're dealing with strength of will. So it's almost like a balance thing again.
Yeah.
You're dealing with that.
Yeah.
And I also see two kings. I just see two kings, and I don't know what that could mean. Maybe somebody's going to meet two kings this month.
Or maybe he's going to meet one king with both the qualities of both, and that could be a powerful.
Wow. Yeah.
Powerful.
Because it would overwhelm his lack of conflict.
Right.
But it would soften him and his. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Okay, you gotta let us know about that. That's in June. So the month of July, Lucy pulled
Justice. Now the Justice card is kind of a yin-yang going on there. More rational than emotional, however. Discover where your path will lead you in the future. Usually a beneficial outcome. It's balanced mind required a well-balanced decision. So fair in everything, no favorites.
Now, I pulled in April Justice also. And I think it's kind of interesting because it follows after, because that one before was with the Ace of Cups, and this is the King of Cups.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an interesting segue into that. Who knows, maybe for some of you that you've had to deal with the energy of the King of Cups from before, and now you've got Justice stepping in and taking over. But for this month of July, I received the Moon. Now the Moon is about dreams, intuition. Sometimes it can be negative because it's almost like you can't see things through the illusion. It's like an elusive type of a thing, and dreams, it's almost a dreamy quality where you can't really see the truth. It's like it distorts, like the moonlight distorts the landscape around you. It'll be that way for you that month. Either you'll have a lot of things that are distorting the truth, and which I think is kind of interesting because when you combine it with Justice, justice going to be done, and justice is going to cut through illusions. Justice is that way. It's
Justice is
balance. And so I think that for some of you, it'll be easy to fall under the influence of the moon, but if justice is going to step in and cut through the illusions for you to get you through this month. And I keep getting emotional. I don't even get more of a legal like I did on the other one. What are you thinking? Yeah, we're not really getting legal on this, but I think that it's a karma thing, and it's a, like she said, a balance. And this is going to cut through. And I see the dogs, 2 different colored dogs, you know. So balance. Yeah, howling at the moon. So I know that's kind of elusive for that one. Again, we're dealing with the moon, but unfortunately that's how it goes. So for the month of August, Lucy received
the Seven of Pentacles. Now the Seven of Pentacles is about financial gain. As you can see, the lady is harvesting her crop here, but it's also about planning for the future. So you replant, you reinvest, you reestablish for your future financial stability.
So for the month of August, I received the Empress. Now the Empress is about unexpected blessings. It's about nurturing. It's like a period of creativity, a new life. For some people, it might even be a new life. You might be having a baby this month. And when you combine the energy of the Seven of Pentacles, which is laying up and planning for your future, and yet you've got this creative energy and this new energy and this nurturing, I really feel that when you combine the two, you're going to be able to use the aspect of the Empress to be able to nurture and grow these areas of your finances. So embody the Empress, look at the whole situation, don't be afraid of new growth, and it's going to really open up for you financially for you this month. And again, that's August. So for the month of September, Lucy pulled
the Page of Cups. Now the Page of Cups is young energy. It's also a messenger card, happy news of an emotional nature, love, marriage, birth, you know, yeah.
Very emotional.
Very emotional.
Which is kind of interesting. You go from your pentacles about money the month before, and then going into an emotional aspect. Now, I pulled the Three of Wands. I'm sorry, the Two of Wands, excuse me. Now, the Two of Wands is about focus, will, and energy to accomplish your desires. You see the man, he's holding the world in his hands, but yet he's looking out over his domain. It's almost like he's at a crossroads. He needs to make a decision. And when you combine this with the energy of the Page of Cups, I really think that it's going to be more of an emotional nature than it is going to be. I think there's going to be some good news come, but it's going to help you make the decisions that you need to make, whether it be with your domain or your world, which a lot of people feel that someone can be their world or their family is their world. Yeah. So I think that this is going to bring good news about to help you make the decisions that you need to be, whether it be family or whether it be work, one versus the other. But, you know, listen to what the message that the page brings to you. When it comes to relationships, and that way you'll be able to make your decision wisely for the month of September. For October, Lucy received
the Two of Swords. Now the Two of Swords symbolizes stalemate, deadlock, feelings of confusion, leaving you unable to make a decision, whichever way you want to go. So try a new approach to this. Look at it logically. The situation, whatever it is, business, home life, and remember that no decision is still a decision.
So for the month of October, I received the Five of Wands. Now this talks about obstacles and opposition. It talks about struggling to overcome the things that are being thrown at you. It can even actually add to mental despair. I think for some of you, you're following the energy of the Two of Wands, and the decision that you made possibly causes some infighting, some obstacles. But when you combine the two, you're dealing with a stalemate and the obstacles that come against it. And I really just feel that you need to not let this energy get to where you just stop moving, where you give up.
Right.
You need to be able to move forward again, because there's a lesson in all of this. There's a way for you to get out of this if you'll just take off your blindfold and look at it, and don't let this energy overwhelm you this month. And
try a new approach.
Right.
Situation.
Okay. So for the month of November, Lucy pulled
the Queen of Pentacles. Now the Queen of Pentacles is a secure woman. As you can see, she's financially well off there. But she's also secure in her self. She's practical, but she's also generous and warm. She's money conscious, but she's not overly, what would you say, thrifty? Yeah, there you go. She works tirelessly to get what she needs. She sees to the details in life. Now, the negative possibilities here, or she could be stubborn, and she likes things her own way.
So for the month of November, I also pulled a pentacle. So with this and this, I would say that this month is all about money for you guys. Now, the Eight of Pentacles. Did I say seven? I'm sorry. I pulled the Eight of Pentacles. This talks about new skills, new opportunities, reaping the benefits of past work that you've done. And I really think that with a decision that you made back in September, and that you've gone past the fighting and all this stuff when it came to this decision, that now you're able to turn it around and start learning new skills, building upon the things that you have, reaping the benefits of all the hard work and getting past all that energy from the last 2 months. When you combine the two, this is actually a really good read for a month for somebody. That means that you're going to be the one under control of the money. You're not afraid to do the hard work. You're not afraid to lay it up.
Nope.
And look at now what's happening. You're going to start reaping the benefits to where you'll be like she is.
Yep.
All decked out and feeling good and knowing that you got your finances under control.
Okay. And your own hard work.
So for the month of December, Lucy pulled
Strength. Now, strength is all about patience and diplomacy, combined with the courage to achieve what results you want, your success. This card indicates that you're stronger than you think you are inside. Do you notice she and the lion are walking side by side? There, she's controlling it with just her strength of will, her confidence, her warmth, and her generosity.
Okay. And for this month, I pulled the Hermit. So I think that for some of you, the Hermit, this is a time of solitude. This is a time for introspection. It's a time of rethinking your goals after giving the situation much thought. It's taking that time away from others to really look inside yourself and to use the practical resources that you have available to you to make decisions that you need to make. And I think when you carry the energy over from the month before of laying up and reaping the benefits of your financial situation, you're going into this energy, which is more of a sitting back and looking and rethinking your goals again. And this month, I don't really think it's just finances. I really think it's about your whole year, because you've had quite an interesting year.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, when you combine it with strength, it's almost just kind of a double, because, it's that inner strength that you have to get by and being able to rethink what your life is this year and the things that you've learned, and walking with
Courage.
the lion, with the
Walking
lion.
with courage and confidence.
And taking that time to reflect. And it's kind of a good way to end up the year, gives you an opportunity to figure out what you want to do for your next year. You've had a lot of things go on this year, both an emotional and job-wise for you. So it's kind of an interesting read, and you've got a lot of masculine activity here, a lot of masculine identity. And then there's the queens too, and the empress, so a little bit of both. So it should be very interesting. But with that in mind, this is a card we pulled for you. It's called Seek the Lesson.
Its wisdom is born from seeking the lesson in all experiences, both the good and the bad. It is born from the awareness that everything is connected and that all happens for a reason, even when the reasons remain a mystery. Embrace a new idea, new awareness, or the new knowledge that comes from listening to your internal voice. And to the human and non-human teachers and messengers who will come in and out of your life, let them inspire you to explore unknown pathways.
So this in combination with everything else, you guys need to seek what it is that you're supposed to learn this year. And like I said, you got a lot of highs and lows. You got a lot of changes and a lot of fighting and a lot of inner struggle, I see, for a lot of it. But you've got some good things with the emotional. You've got justice stepping in and taking your side. You have the energy of the kings and the energy of the high priestess and the empress, the nurturing and the giving. So even though this may not feel like it's a positive read, it actually is. It's a lot about that inner strength and that growth. So if you like what you've heard, go ahead and hit the like button. If you have any comments you want to talk about with us, feel free. And we do, really want to know what's going on in your year. So if you go about the year and you go, hey, wait, come June, they said something about my month being like this, feel free to come back and comment, because we would like to know how this read with you guys. So in the meantime, I hope you guys have a wonderful end of this year. And as you segue into the next year, may you be blessed with good things and seek the lessons that are out there for you. So walk in peace, light, and love, and we will be talking to you soon.
Goodbye.